you commit on it, and you don't hesitate. When you hesitate, you
Alfie Clueless, thank you so much. If this makes you feel any better, Ryan, you've been gifted a sub. Don't know if that takes away all your issues, but maybe. Welcome, Ryan. Thank you so much for that, Alfie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I would like to just see Angel on Astra and Shao on server instead. Loath, we're going to talk about counter picks, but
okay, this is actually gonna be really fun because I straight up loved Navi's power yesterday, which was really cool because it came straight after Ascent, and I needed something to. I needed a boost after seeing Ascent, and that was the boost. So this should actually be pretty cool to watch again. I'm interested to see if we look at K-Corp yesterday. They were slow to adapting over towards B. The game plan was really good. I think the first half score was like 8-4, and they just couldn't hold B. It was just a simple, heavy sight in terms of A. You're just going to fight A, and they wanted to retake over towards B, which doesn't really work with just how the map is designed, and they paid for it. So in this, I'm excited to see how Koi is gonna fight towards B, because that is what they probably would have looked and seen from the demo.
That one's heavily favored. I think we have a lot of middle maps. I think especially later down the line we get Koi have real opportunities to turn things around. When it comes to Pearl, I don't think so. I think this is one where Navi have looked very good.
How are we doing,
I feel like the roles are fairly concrete. I kind of agree with Sue in a sense that maybe you could swap the Sova Astra, but I really love Xiao's Astra. It's more so, I feel like, a little bit of a risk having your initiator as a Sova being so aggressive.
Fnatic play Valorant the right way. Why don't more teams try and replicate, just copy what you're doing? It's great on paper. What's the best example I can use of that? Who is that team that tried to copy everything on Lotus, use their comp, but didn't think about it? Lev? It was Lev, right? That's the best example. Sometimes it's hard to replicate it if you don't fully understand, like, in depth everything that they're doing. The Lev Lotus is probably the best example I have that's like recent of their Lotus, where they just don't. They use the same comp, they're trying to copy the same things, but they just don't have the protocols in place. So I agree with you, but in terms of copying all the protocols, you'd be surprised just how drilled Fnatic are in terms of their protocols and understanding of their comps, of like what the win condition is, what their comps are good at, and what their comms weakness is. They probably have the best understanding of all of the comps that I've seen, but that's also because they played the same comps on the same maps for so long, so they like really know in depth like how these comps work. So for other teams to try and steal that, it's pretty hard. Also, sometimes the players just aren't as good. Straight up, like on the roles that they are, the players just aren't as good. They have the best people on the best roles. Okay, Koi on defense, Navi on attack. Tried to fake over towards A, release the pressure, and now we go over towards B. There is 3 people fighting this, and that might not be enough.
The spike moving around the back of elbow, and
well, one is not enough. Nicely done from Navi. I was wondering if the early B shutdown was going to happen. I kind of wanted to see it on a pistol, but we did not see it on the pistol. Navi, again, going over towards B. At one point, this has to get shut down, because I'm telling you, they love B site.
Had nowhere to go, sat behind the pillar, just completely isolated. No real chance for him to get anything done, and you can see with that execution that they are prepared for absolutely everything. That is what makes this
best of 5 all day today. Yeah, we've got multiple best of 5s. All of the games. How was Split? Actually pretty fun. Split was pretty good.
Thrown at them. And unfortunately for Koi in this round,
some good stuff.
They don't have a lot to throw at them. It's going to be those sheriffs. Now,
C9 or Lev? I'm going to stick with Lev, but I'm not confident with it. C9 should be favorites in terms of the time they've been having, and in terms of like coaches, and they've seen some good like stuff for them to ante. But I'm still going to go with Lev. Just because,
catching up a couple of players.
I don't know.
Shock dart in, and he's bailing
if
back.
They improved so much after the first game that if they keep that one up, they'll be the best team in the world.
In time, though. It's spotted out by Shados. The
I'm gonna go with that one.
I think he spotted
Pressure over towards A, question mark created, we get the orb, and then when we go over towards B, Knife goes in, hits 3 of them, so with that information we have a big rotate coming in, 4 people, we have a duel over towards here, and this is interesting, they might call a cancel here.
Tom, this could be a big problem. Wolfen has snuck his way up through middle, his back is turned though, and it's an execution from Angel.
Just on top of this, that's a great knife as well. He does go down, but wait, chat, how does it work? If you die and you've thrown your knife and it hits, does it still give you the info?
Not much found, and they even grab another kill for their trouble.
Yeah, the only thing that can really bite them.
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
We're getting down to that 30-second mark. Rotation should be noted fairly soon. The only man that can do anything against this is Trex, and unfortunately for him, he does not have the right gun for the job. In fact, he has no gun for the job. That's
kills the person with the ghost, though.
Upgrade, but the main thing is buying the time, and maybe
he really wanted to reposition there.
He could have caught them with an extra second or two. Instead, though, an afterplant for Navi. Right now, at least, Mitch, they've still got all the rifles. Any more damage, and, well, it's a bit more problematic.
Yeah, this is definitely where Navi's economy could be punished. And if you look at Shados coming in with a Sheriff in hand, a decent chance for him to get some damage done if he can find some of these players inside of main. But they're tucked away for now. No flashes to initiate on the fights. At the end of the day, he is going to get an aim duel. It's whether he can win it out, cause that damage or not, and as you can see, nothing will be found for the side of Koi. That is a 2-0, and a very flexible start for Navi. We're seeing them push and pull the map extremely well.
Very, very nice.
Even in that round, catching a player with his back turned, where Wolfen had pushed up into mid.
Right,
and Angel,
it's a solid buy round at the moment. It's a good bonus. It's pretty much equal. This is the only difference right now.
Is the way that Trex is going to use his knives, because I feel like the way that he throws a 0 point, a lot of the time is going to get
missing a little bit from Wolfen.
And one of the things that Giants did fantastically well.
Watching Americas, yeah, we watch everything here, bro.
Fantastically well.
As long as the schedule allows us to watch everything and we don't get overlaps, we watch everything.
Raw dogging his way through mid, like it was just absolute.
This is a nice recon again. You have to kind of be in this area to hit it, so it does clear everything. Also gets behind here in case they got there early, but it doesn't clear this one. So early pressure over to A once again. We get the orb out over towards this, and we're just doing a default. We're kind of just waiting for reactions at the moment.
Being placed by Sagetsu. He's playing contact, controlling the entirety of mid by himself.
Flash goes over towards Art. 3-person push into the 2-person hold.
But instead, the walkabouts are happening
heavy commit. Number advantage there. Those nice trades.
Successful fight for this squad.
I like this. If they're going to walk contact all of this, I kind of like it. As we can see, it's going to work a lot better than maybe they think it will. You're probably going to think that someone's holding here. So they should be pretty careful of this area. As you can see, it's a little bit further back.
If he just pops it for information, well, there you go. Relatively soon, but yeah, he picked the wrong spot.
That was the expectation of whether or not they pushed the place.
They're always going to pick this spot. They just cleared this.
That is exactly what Navi are doing. The timing. Wolfen looked like he had
Stuxer, if he can kill another, it's the round done. Oh, this is actually on now. Heavily on. Get a good plant as well. We take our control. No ult, but if Zipan gets a kill, gets his ult, but he won't be using it.
Into a 2 versus 2, and
it's a good plant for Sagetsu. Wants to get a kill fast. Kind of love this. Oh, nice trades though. Tell you what though, great damage in the bonus. Means that this is going to be a big swing round coming in.
Coming down to 2 versus 1 trades needed to close it out. A good flash as well.
The money's actually really good from Navi. Money's actually crazy good for Navi. They might not even have to.
For the side of Koi, getting away with just the 1 player alive, but he'll take a win at this point, looking to build on it, moving into the next. I do think, you know, the contact from Navi, very interesting response. They see the aggression on A main after waiting the whole round for pushing anywhere, and the response is, after losing 2 players, to shift walk up. They don't get caught, and they almost get the element of surprise out of it.
That's the thing. It was sort of the, I think, the surprise.
2-4 on top of this? Yeah, really a plant's pretty interesting. If they get a plant, they're probably going to buy next round if they lose. Knife goes in over towards here. It's going to hit no one. And are they waiting for the knife and then they're going to push up? Yes, they are. They wait for the knife, then they're going to push up. This is kind of interesting. This is the shutdown B I wanted to see. 2 people here. Oh.
Timing's going to be everything.
He's trapped. They know that he's there.
That really is a shutdown. Nicely done. Love this. And that was kind of like where my question was at with the whole of this thing in terms of they love B, or they loved B against K-Corp. That was the game plan. How do they shut down B early? Angel tries to just get 1 back. Completely fine. Someone needed to make some kind of hero play. It's a good round from Koi.
in this 2 versus 5 with, I mean, barely any damage done.
Without the plant,
Trex came out with a
I
lick
don't
of
know
damage. That's
if they're going to be able to buy.
So regularly as well.
Like this
the amount of
these
rounds
are
we've already
low
seen
as
where
hell.
it's basically just, okay, we're going to give Wolfen a rifle, he's going to push, he's going to get his ult, and we're going to win the round. And that's something that he recreated multiple times on Split. He's done it here again. We now look towards, as you said, what
America started 2 AM for you, RIP champs. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the schedule for champs yet. I don't know when the start time is or the end time.
They don't have the money to buy into the
Ooh, what a nice round. We've been doing no extra damage on this, just a straight up 3,000 for everyone. That's really cool. Does Wolfen go all the way around and try and get some... Oh, he picked up the gun at door. That works. There we go.
Brought through
so
that you can then just upgrade into those pistols. That will upgrade what was pistols. Is huge for them. For the remaining players, well, you've got the likes of Starzo, who's just going to upgrade, and everybody's coming out with a rifle.
And that round coming to a conclusion. 5 players
8
still
PM.
alive for Koi.
Yeah, I think a little bit earlier than that, to be honest. It's gonna wait. I think it's in LA. That's pretty much where. That's I mean, I say that's pretty much where it is where the broadcast is at the moment in Americas anyway. So it'll be similar timing. And then maybe for the day that they have free games, it will be before. So yeah, I'm guessing like it's like 7 PM for Berlin time, 6 PM for
me.
me.
He was going for these very same fights again and again. We're seeing these duels go his way. At least at a minimum being traded out. If we can keep that up all the way through, Navi could be in trouble. But I think that's what we're going to see resolved fairly soon. Of course, the technical pause.
Oh, it's a drink spill, isn't it? I'm seeing
5 minutes minimum.
Look at that. The emoji game's giving it away.
Give me the Trex close up. Come on. I've already named him. We might as well shame him.
Thank you for the update, Zilf. Thank you.
The question is, do we have the replay? Because I know that our replay ops are pretty brutal.
We got cameras trained on it.
Yeah. There are constant cameras on the players, so I saw a drink spill. I want the instant replay.
I don't know if you heard about yesterday, Tom.
What does an in-game director do? That's just the name of the observer that I used to give myself, because I used to... So you know how an observer now is like 2 people. One does the third person, so like all the overview shots, one does the first person. When I was observing CS, I used to do both of these put into one, so I would call myself a in-game director, because I'm basically directing, because I'm doing all of the work, I'm choosing what's getting shown. So that's what I gave it, because being an observer doesn't really make sense. I mean, you're watching something. If you're not watching, you're technically in-game directing.
From these 2 teams thus far, Navi haven't even taken a map. It's been Koi 2-0-2-0. The first one, as I said, one of them basically felt like 3 maps because we had a 38-round game. But since then, it has been relatively dominant. And hopefully for Trex's sake, we're not going to...
Does Champs Winner earn a new slot for their region? No, Champs Winner doesn't get anything for their region. Fnatic have done enough.
His mouse mat is wet.
Scream New Zero drama, what is this? I think it's just rage from losing, more than anything.
But luckily we have amazing people down
Felt
there.
like it was just an instinct tweet from losing.
But yeah, this is going to be one of those things where realistically, a time outtaken but not really giving any opportunity for the teams, maybe slightly even slowing down the momentum of Koi. And I do think it's going to be very important that they get off to a flyer on this map.
They get a broken trophy.
When the individuals get going on Koi, the map a lot of the time doesn't even seem to matter.
Was it tough doing both? Imagine all the time that I do watch partying, that's what I put into learning my overviews for observing. So as to say, I'll just use Valorant terms. So say Haven, for example, I would know 32 overviews off by heart on Haven, and I would have them to my keypad numlock, and then like F1 to F12. So I would like press them, and then that would show you the overview. So in terms of learning all of that, yeah, it took a long time.
Everything else is green for Navi, wins over Giants, for Heretics,
but I think it was the best way to do it.
Giants again. They are in a very good spot on this map, so
I still believe that was the best way of doing observing in CS. I don't like some of the... I always feel like there's a disconnect between the observer and the overhead observer.
I do think like you have to imagine on pretty much every single map, like you're saying, Koi had these
on the ticket site for the show, it says that it's going to start at noon their time, so 6 PM for me. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that, Lexi. Nice research.
I guess the familiarity with it and understanding how your opponents push and pull it is really where the skill comes in. No use in emerging from a smoke, having flashed anyone who might be there. If you're doing that on B long, ready to stack up, and they've already planted on A, it's one of those things.
You have to pick up a new player. One who's good with work ethic but loves Twitter drama. One with bad work ethic but no social media. Right, I'll just get the good work ethic guy. I don't care what they tweet as long as they're not going to get cancelled.
But we saw his ability
like
to
if they like
read
Twitter
into
drama,
like
that's cool. Like you do you.
That were going through
Everyone likes their own different
run down
things.
sewers, leave open mid, and yet Koi would still see that it was a ruse that was being sold, that B wasn't the intended target.
It sounds like fun. Isn't observing? I loved observing, bro. It was so much fun.
What do you think the emojis are this time?
It was like a real challenge. I also felt like, this is very big-headed, but I felt like there was a lot of improvement to make from just the general observing in FPSs, so I felt like it was fun to kind of improve and watch other people have to improve as well.
Oh, interesting. So this isn't actually what the tech pause is for, but let's have a look.
What is this? Spillage?
The poor man. Or Trex.
We got a mic boost.
Get a mic boost on that. I saw it. Oh no.
Yeah, I was thinking that this technical pause is definitely a lot longer than someone cleaning up some water. Okay. Player PC disconnect issue. That makes a little bit more sense. Good. Either that or he had a very, very full cup of unnamed beverage. But no, not this time. So just waiting for that one to be sorted out, of course, for either side. Maybe a well-earned breather. I'm sure they won't be too happy with it, but it happens. And I think for either side, like, this is going to be that sort of marathon. Like, you look at, like, we can even start talking about some of the maps we have coming up within the series. Like, the fact is, next up, with the choice of Fracture.
Do you know how the replay system works in this game? Yeah, it's not great because we don't have an actual inbuilt replay into the game itself, so they have to pull feeds from every single PC. So every single PC goes into a replay machine that has like all of these different feeds, and then the replay guy has to like watch everything at the same time, watch the game, work out what happened, and go, yep, okay, that's this guy's feed, that's this guy's feed, that's this guy's feed, put it all together, click the button, push the replay. But in an ideal world, it will be in-game, and you can eventually do that. And then that opens the opportunities to everything. That's when we can start doing delayed observing. Maybe, probably not. No one will let me have a chance, but someone will for one map, for one game, one event.
But they did play the other one twice, losing it catastrophically.
Can tech pauses be abused? Not really. I mean, it stops momentum, I guess, but
I'm not confident
you can't talk or anything, doesn't change too much.
This is the only map left that I kind of think, okay, this is Navi's map, everything else is just ordering. The scary thing is, the one map that I was thinking, okay, Koya probably got that in the bag, it would have been the one that they picked and smashed Navi on the other day. Maybe you could argue Lotus, but
How do I know this? I worked in production for like 7 years.
Yeah, and also the fact that
I know a
seen
lot.
them just play split again. So
I used to try and, again with ECS for Face It, they used to let me have a lot of input and stuff.
Sitting back going, well, we beat them on Lotus before, baby.
That's why ECS, that's why the ECS broadcast was a lot different to most of the other CS broadcasts. And like they would actually listen to me, which was really cool, not gonna lie.
But it is
the pause was I've been messy. It was Pan C. Like I thought I got Pan, but then you said it was like a magnifying glass. But it was a pan with an egg in it. I got that bit, but I was like, pan wave? I was like, because I was trying to work out how it was going to be pan pause. Because that's what I thought this was coming up, because it's tech pause. But I was like, how do you get the wave to be pause? But no, it was
you actually forgot what it is? Oh, that's
what
I can't. I've gone over it too much time.
During the last round, and QC will be rolling back the game to round 4. The score will not be 2-2, instead of reverting to 2-1. For now, we're going to be throwing it off to a break while they get that done, and we'll be back with the game around 4.
How can we? Chat, I missed it. Why are we rolling back?
Just a moment.
Someone crashed? Someone DC'd? Okay. So yeah, we go back to 2-1. Alright, I'm gonna spam you right now for these 3 minutes. Should I write the score somewhere? Sure. Jesus. It's it all in caps. Tech. Why does tech look like a weird word when I write like that? Tech. Pause. Alright. It's 2-1, they're rolling it back. Dead zoning? What are you referring to with dead zoning? Shados DC'd. Okay, that'll be why then. Wait, 3 minutes on this chat. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back in 2 minutes, I promise.
Welcome back to Map 2, Round 4 of Navi up against Koi. Had that little bit of a QC break, but now it's time to reset and re-roll into the 4th round. Tom, I mean, the hardest thing about beating
that was really nice timing. Matty Pog, what's up, bro? Matty Pog with the 4 months. Thank you so much, Matty. I appreciate you, mate.
It wasn't an easy one for them to win the first time around. I'd say it'll be even harder without a player disconnecting on their opposition.
Yeah, the problem as well is the manner in which they did it was
dead zoning is pretty much where you aim with your movement and not your mouse. Interesting, I've never heard it called that. I mean, it's strong in this game. It's very hard to kill someone that's moving, so there's like a few techniques where you constantly move, like obviously pop and swing and stuff like that, but like, there's stuff where you can get like swung on and then you move and do the same thing as well. There's a lot of stuff like that. But you normally have to like micro adjust your aim a little bit sometimes, but it's actually probably bigger in this game than most of the other games.
And they got ult off of it. Like he probably got it last time, but through
So yeah, it's pretty important in this game, honestly. It's one of the harder games to hit moving targets in this game, in terms of straight up angels.
They do have to be wary of the heavens, but that is all going to be bypassed, and an afterplant looking fairly likely with a Hunter's Fury online. Nice start at least. That will be one for Trex. And
oh, what?
That might be one of the luckiest kills I've ever seen. It just spams and the guy runs into it.
That's how they're going to lose this round?
They just got a kill on. Just a wild spray that connects. Navi in a very good spot now with the man advantage to play with, lockdown of their own.
Oh man, it's a good plant. Okay, this is actually not too bad. I was going to say, it's not a good plant, so they kind of have to make a decision here whether the ult's going to be used for the ult itself or whether they're going to use it for this. Damn, nicely done. What a round from Sugetsu. Got Astra suck for this as well. Really nicely handled. Okay, that's a little bit unlucky for Koi with the reset. But yeah, someone disconnected midway through. So, and I'm pretty sure it was before any damage was done, so in the rules you reset. Ayusha with the 12 months, thank you so much, thank you. Appreciate the 12 months, dude, thank you for that.
What was a great start to the half now.
This is grand finals, lower finals, bro.
Position for them. Financially, it put them.
That's a rough way to lose as well. Like they literally just got.
Well, it looks like a hero operator.
Two got wrecked through smokes.
You see too often, I'll be honest.
No, it's really not. Bladestorm coming online next round though. Yeah. He'll have that to work with. It makes sense, but it won't get an opportunity. Let's look at where that operator is. It's on B long right now.
Oh my
as we
goodness.
Can see, the fight is inside of EMEA.
Yeah, in terms of the mental, by the way, this one's a rough one to come back from. Wolfen has the op into this round.
Starzo blind up a few players if they got the chance. CNED can quickly disappear back to the site, back to safety. And no more flashes for Starzo makes him a lot less scary.
And they showed off their B long shutdown. That's actually, yeah, it's actually devastating. You're not wrong.
I don't think he's going to be retaking.
Yeah, I don't think Wolfen's
yeah, we're going to be saving this one.
As you mentioned, it doesn't matter too much if he goes down Bladestorm, but you'd rather have that to go into the next round with something to play with at least. And for Navi, it's a great start.
Okay, well they don't know the ops in place, so they're not going to be heavy searching for the guns.
This is the kind of problems that we saw coming out when Koi faced off against Giants, is just that aggression out from the attack side.
Why do some regions avoid some maps and favor some? It's just like you get like internal metas as well, and a lot of people. So Bacon was saying in chat the other day that when Pearl came out, that hardly anyone was searching for like the first like 3 months, like especially the kind of more tier 2 teams and the tier 1 teams. Like no one wanted to play Pearl in EMEA for some reason, so then no one really got good practice on it. So no one really practiced it that heavy, so everyone in EMEA just ended up being awful on Pearl. And then now apparently with the changes, everyone's just gone, right, this is our chance to get good at it. And then now everyone's cracking it. So it's all just like little metas inside own regions and stuff. Because yeah, Pacific love Haven in a sense, like love it.
I think Sugetsu's solo map control as well is a big factor. The guy is 9-2, and he can feel completely comfortable with controlling mid and even the B long position by himself, just locking it down with utility.
I said it last time out, like when they played, he had a rough series, and that does not happen often. He's been one of the most consistent players within EMEA, and
okay, another big buy round for Koi. They get the op out over towards B, so that's now how they're trying to shut down B. And in terms of Navi, they were going B all the time against K-Cop yesterday because they were playing at retake. And now, maybe with that pressure that they know that they have over towards B anyway with how they played last game, they're hitting A a lot. Especially on these buy rounds now. Straight up plant with this. It's a hard retake. Really hard retake. Xiao gets a kill, gets his ult, but I don't think they're going to be using it.
Blitzing out everybody coming from the spawn. The Tiger on site moving towards main. It'll see if it can catch someone,
really
but it hasn't spotted Zipan.
Never wants to use his knife in this, never going to feel comfy.
Undetected. Operator ringing out, something to be careful of if you're Zipan. They still have another player, Art. It's not just main, as they may suspect, with Sugetsu still holding strong. Nobody's on the spike just yet. Time will become a factor soon. And it's a late play from Xiao that's truly scary. He's got his utility popping off, but they've heard him, they've seen him. That's more than enough, though, for him. Buying it down to a 1v1.
That is so strong. I'm a big fan of how Navi play these after plant positions. Everyone has a good understanding of their role. Like I'm telling you, Pearl actually looks like their most drilled map from what I can see at the moment. Like everything is great. Their after plants at the moment are so strong. It's always Xiao just being like the security. Like Xiao is always the last one, and every single time like they let everyone duel, then he uses his Astra Suck, and then he can kind of win the plant once they're in the 1vx situation, and it kind of just rounds that he's good at anyway. Like he's great at clutching, always has been. So yeah, I kind of like how everyone just knows in terms of like Zipan, Angel, and just everyone is just like, yeah, we can pretty much die here. We're the ones that take the first contact. We just got to buy enough time for Xiao to be able to win this one. So all their protocols are pretty legit on this map, and their site hits are really good. Their A hits are really good. Their B hits are really good.
Tournament victory in Copenhagen, like, let's put it this way: they wouldn't have made it out of groups if it weren't for Xiao. So if this guy's back in form, back moving to the top of the board and looking good in those clutches, it's only going to get worse for Koi from here. So a moment taken. Unfortunately for them, it's not like they're coming back in with a particularly good buy, but they might finally get to use that
when
blade.
people do that, you can disband
One
them.
upside,
It's all
I
good.
suppose, early aggression from Wolf has to be what we're
mods,
expecting to
if
see coming
and
through
like
from the
obviously
side of
you lot
Koi.
are doing great, but if you
he's
want
going
to
to
side
use
with
the blade
caution
sword
with
to begin
banning,
with.
it's so fine.
A-main's been a point of
Like
contention
you're not.
in
I would
most
rather
rounds.
you overban than
We've seen a
underban.
lurk there.
Like
A
that's
lot of the
where it's
time,
at.
2 or
Like
3
just
Navi
get
players
crazy with it.
Attempting to find an early fight again. We'll see the same recon from the pistol round thrown out. This time, it's catching a lot of information. 3 players were there.
Exactly that, Natanzi.
2 of them minimum
Exactly
shooting
that.
off. And with presence on A, and players deterred from pushing, they move back and search for art, search for a fight on mid, a fight
And
which
he
they
gets the
will
info on
not
top of
win
this.
to begin with. It won't end any better. That's 3 quick kills for CNED. Bladestorm online, ready to go, and a bait setup inside of Art. Behind the box, lurking away is Xiao, and he is more than ready to capitalize on that kill, trading out his teammate.
Nice from CNED, okay, just farming up, getting some stats on the go.
To get the 4th.
Oh, can you blame him? His job is done. He'd already completed what he needed to do in the round, and also it gave him that top spot on the board.
Searing on the side of caution, yeah, it's fine. But we
This
can
is
always
why,
unban. Like people
you're
can always
newer to Valorant, you've been around maybe a year
people
or so,
can
you might
always
see
look at the unban, like they can do
seen
unban
it,
requests,
best
right?
jet in the world, or
So we can just look at them at one
that
point,
time, really? Was he? Well,
and then
we
at least
talked
people
about
learn a
that
lesson
battle of
as well.
Starzo and CNED looking to make it back to
You just
champions
deleted your
and
timeout
prior
button, only
champions.
bans from now on.
Victor,
Oh boy.
both of them on the same
Damn,
team.
we're getting
CNED
savage
was a
out here. I
huge
like
part of
this.
that, and that was where he truly was the best jet in the world. Now maybe looking to try and prove that he's still got it. Sprinting
What the hell is
to
going
them.
on?
If it couldn't go any worse for Wolfen, he's just been picked off immediately. Didn't even get a chance.
I don't know if CNED gets the best jet in the world off that, but maybe on the server. For now, at least, he's feeling like it. Called Dementa,
Oh my
not good for any
days,
more than
bro.
1. And this is the thing, Navi, we mentioned it. Round 4, initially, they sent 2 players towards B. The rerun of it, all 5. And the same strategy
Sabmo,
deployed
Maya
here.
High,
It's
right?
almost
I think that's
impossible
how
to
I
win a
say it.
fight.
Thank you
And
so
you
much,
see it
mate,
in
with the
that.
Prime.
You need a
Appreciate you.
flash to even
5 months.
attempt to peek it for
Thank you
information.
very much, bro.
In the end,
Appreciate
they're gonna
that.
be pushed
Appreciate the
back by
Prime.
this
Appreciate the
lockdown.
5 months, dude.
Unless they decide to go for a swing. Starzo. He's out.
It's just a domino effect.
Astra all on top
They
of this
lose
to
that
secure
first
it
duel
as
when
well.
every
They have
other
to go
player
back
so
here.
far
They
has
know
just
they
been
can get a good
fighting to
plant.
get them
You
back
notice every
into the
single
round.
time they get this same plant. And this
Lockdown
plant is really good
combined as
because
well
when you try and
with that
defuse
cosmic divide, it's
right on the
given any
edge, right, the
space for the
furthest
players
edge
to
where
come
this
back
dot
in.
is,
Franksto has done well
there's a good
somehow,
angle from
pushing
here that
through
you can
and
see
finding a kill, but
every
there's many
single
more to
time.
go.
So they have the
Combining
same
alongside
plant that they like
Shados,
to
this
do
was a
every
round
single
that was
time.
looking problematic,
Wait, like this,
but
where
they're
you can
up
see it, but I
against
think you
Xiao
can
again.
see it
This
from a
time,
bit
though,
further
he's
back.
got no
Actually,
utility. He's got
I think we
nothing
didn't
left
look
to play
away
with
when we
as
planted
Shados will
this.
execute him
I would
as
love
he
to know
attempts
this.
the swing.
I
Still,
think this...
the clutch capability of Koi
Wait, that
shines
camera carried on
through,
going, maybe I
but
could
they
see the
need
angle.
many
I
more
think you
to
can
make
see it
this
from
game
further back.
competitive.
I mean,
He
it's
went
a
a bit
flash
forwards.
in the pan round. You
It was
get the
nice though,
one.
this is a good
You
retake
even
in the
think
end.
about that
First
star
time the
on the floor.
Shower
Could have been used for the
didn't.
grab well, bought that little bit of extra time, isolated a 1v1
Because normally you can
for
see it from
Xiao.
up here.
And
The
ultimate,
Xiao
that
moved
saves
forward,
the
so
day, but
I'm
we've
wondering
seen
if the
that
guy
even
that
on the
planted
previous
actually
map for
didn't
Koi,
look away.
where they come in with an ulti ready to roll.
So it felt like
or even a few. And then,
this was
when it comes
different
down
to
to brass
normal.
tacks, to
Because
the
I've seen
rounds
them,
where you
I've seen
don't
them
have
plant
that to
here
fall
a lot,
back on,
and they
it
have
was
like an
Navi
angle that they
steaming
can see
ahead,
from
and so
over
far
here
that's
to the
been
guy
story
here.
of this game. Koi need to
Oh, I
prove
don't know.
that this is a
He
resolution
did
to the
did
round
look away
7
or didn't
pause
look
that they
away.
called. They came in with just
Who
pistols
knows?
and
We'll find out at one
Bladestorm,
point.
that's whatever. But winning their first buy round after the pause
Who
is a
cares?
great
Round's done.
sign. What else have they got up their sleeve for us? And, well, a lot
In terms of it,
aggression.
though,
Finally, that turret gets contact. We've
losing
seen it put down
losing
since
this next
round
one will be a
1.
nightmare.
And now they know there's players inside of middle. What they do with that is their choice.
Nice.
Do you agree with the round reset?
Again,
Bro,
the
if someone
information
timed out before
delay,
damage
that's
is
the
done,
main
it's just
thing.
in the rules.
Taking that drone offline, more importantly, means that any contact play they had off CNED will have to wait, and well, wait they have. Destroyed initially. CNED's just going through. Straight through the utility, into the site. He's desperately low on HP, but he's waiting on the edge of the smoke, and almost manages a couple. It doesn't matter. The trades from his teammate, the contact that
devastating
CNED
one to
creates.
It's a devastating one to
all it
lose
can
straight
do is
after, I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're just being
Money's in the
blitzed.
bin after
We
this
spoke
1-9
about
on
the
top.
adaptations, the changes to this B site to make it more manageable. Navi don't care. Oh, you've got your one smoke. There's your one smoke that cuts off the... Okay, we'll see. Ned's gone through it, got a kill, and then everybody else just follows up.
Yeah, that's a lot of the first couple rounds we're seeing towards this B side are just full contact. This time, even having the added layer of moving in through double doors as well, it seems unmanageable for a squad like Koi so far. Their responses, they just haven't been up to the task. And winning a round along the way here or there, peppering them in is not going to be enough. Starzo, look, even if he gets the first kill, this another player, he knows that the trigger discipline is there at the start. Nice. And that is what saves this weapon for the squad. Well handled by Starzo, but it's still a round loss as Navi push up to 7.
Oh no, we'll only have 7,000 credits each this round. It's genuinely such a bleak spot to be in, but this is the trouble. Like, CNED just disrespecting not only a smoke, but there was a fragment on the ground. He's feeling confident, and that's what's made things so much easier. Is CNED as an entry has been unstoppable, 12-6. Anytime he hasn't, Saigetsu's been getting a lot of kills, so they've had a lockdown. So it just means that either you're clearing them
This
out
has been nice.
with a really powerful
Two
ultimate
normal
that can't
maps
be
from
denied,
Navi back to
or
back,
you've just got
where it all
one of the
makes
best
sense.
jets ever.
Nothing crazy. Good XX.
Right in tow. Oh, this is not good either.
Cooling makes sense. Good game plans.
Initial orb control. Wolfen's done well, and
How the hell is he still alive?
One of the most awkward fights I've ever seen, but he does get rid of Angel, surviving on just 5 HP, but I assume there'll be some heals to be given.
What the hell is going on with this buy?
Right back up to 100.
Let's
Ready
force
to
into this,
fight again
basically.
on the side of Wolfen. That's why he returned to his path. Well, that's unfortunate for CNED, but it's fine. Little impact.
Remember, you
no one
can't
there
see
to
it,
swing
chat.
off
We
of
can
it.
see it. He can't see it.
Spike's going to come down being long solo. No one there to challenge. If they can take Shados, they've got plant. They've got post plant.
He's not going to fight this, though. He's
Navi looking better?
It would
Yeah.
be insanity in a 4 versus 3
Depends what
to
depends what
try
map
and
we get. It
actually
feels like with
fight
these.
through this. An unnecessary risk, and maybe just looking to try and hold on to some of the control, maybe find a gap.
They got a few maps that I don't like.
You can see the plant basically just baited initially, but they will get that post plant, and then that's been the most devastating thing for them, is that someone like Xiao is more than happy to push all the way back and look to try and fight this from deep, because that is where he is a master of his craft.
It's even around this pillar on long is exactly where you want to be fighting with this plant position. You've got full sight line over the spike.
Okay, let's see if this is the plant that I was
real
talking about
close,
earlier.
and he's been spotted as well. Now
Or
that's
if
a
they
problem.
can
They'll
stick
look to
this
deal
on the
with it,
left. Maybe I'm just
smoking off
looking
the
some.
further angle,
I'm pretty
swinging
sure
on
this is the
flash.
plant that
He
they were
gets
going
one,
for.
two even. How is this man
Jesus.
still alive?
Oh my
The
goodness, we're not even going to get into
but he
that.
did more than
Holy
enough
hell,
to
I
get
thought we were
the
going to go a
round
bit
in the
lower and they were
bag
going to
for
try and
Navi.
defuse on that. Saigetsu
He
just
should have
kills
been. They saw him,
everyone.
Tom. They knew he was there. They flashed his teammates. They smoked them off, and still he gets 2.
Yeah, he was stunned
his
for the
aim is
first
so
couple of
good.
seconds and got back to normality as they went around that corner, and it's just got to be brutal, because the initial start, okay, it wasn't clean, but it was a 2-for-1 trade, managing to get the orb, get the Seekers, get the info. They know exactly where these players are. They play the post plant with a lockdown, and then you know where the guy is, and he still pops 2 of you. And that's the thing, I said it already. Saigetsu's form earlier in this tournament,
Forced them down
right
to
now,
another
he's
eco. They
right
forced
back
into
up to
that
his
with
old
the 2
tricks.
guns that were saved.
Right back up to the guy that people are scared to face off against. And Wolfen, though, maybe not. He's not fearful at all. He's still going. He's going to destroy the turret.
The Lev
That's
game,
the
you got
moment
like,
to
what,
leave.
3 hours? Yeah, it's 3 hours from now, bro.
More. I'm not really sure why. And then
This
Wolfen
is,
peeks out as well.
Wolfen, I can't fault. You lose your teammate there. You look for a response. You look for a way back through to gain the advantage. And Coldamenta is going to do exactly the same. This is the problem, exactly like you said, Tom. It's like dominoes. The first one falls, the rest have to follow suit. Everybody's going walkabouts, going pushing to try and find the control, but the reality is Navi, they have the control. They're just holding, waiting, and allowing every member of Koi to step into the crosshair. Even caught reloading, this man can't be
Oh my god, he's waving midway through.
mid-round.
Bro, he's waving midway through at him.
20 HP, doesn't have his hand on his mouse. But that's the, well, you're 8-2 up. You're 8-2 up.
Damn,
You've stolen
bro.
your opponent's map choice. 9-2 now looking inevitable, and everything that worked for this in this round for Koi, the initial fight, well, it seems like a long, long way away. Trex, 1v4. He's just waiting. Maybe for a mistake, maybe someone to get cocky. CNED's still alive. He always likes an extra kill, but
they're hunting so heavy. Look at them.
And it will be squeaky clean in the end. Again, consider how things started with an opening kill for Wolfen, and it just quickly diminished.
Why did Shaders push through door? It's Eco.
A 9-2 lead now.
It's like
there's a reason that Navi have picked this as their home
riskier plays on Eco
going into this series. And honestly,
if he wins this, if he wins that duel, we're just like, damn, nice round kind of thing.
I mean,
right?
We've seen the attempts. Koi didn't really move towards mid all that much. In one of the initial rounds, the pistol, I believe, Wolfen went pushing into mid, got close to their spawn, and that was about it.
That's incredible,
Since then,
bro.
we saw round 9, 3 mid push, they get spotted by a turret, they fall back. This is the first time they really commit to it. And, well, I don't even want to call it commit. They swing mid, they get a kill, and then one by one, they go back out for, I'm not even sure what, for more in some
can they
form
make
or another, but it hasn't worked. This time,
can they
no
make
mid
it the
push.
cast score? They go for their B punish that we haven't seen until the, well, we saw it and then it got replayed, I guess.
Because this push-up is great, but they now know it's A because there's
unlucky.
Hunter's Fury
I'm
on
not
A,
on
one of
top.
your teammates dead. You might like the idea of having this fast flank, but Navi aren't going to care. You can't even really get back in because guess what? Saigetsu's got another lockdown. He's had so many throughout this half, and they just have to wait. Make their way back through. Destroying utility on ARP might give a moment of space. Shout! Oh, it's tempered. And now they have a chance.
After 6 B plays in a row, these players thought they had it by pushing up B long. Instead, they have to fight their way back in on the other side, and CNED's got them all!
Jesus.
5 kills and ace to close out the half, and another
Mate, he's on
a
crazy score. 18 now, I think.
There's nothing that
18,
they can do wrong
maybe 19
at this point, Tom.
in that
I
half
thought maybe
attack.
Wolfen was going to come through. He's going to save the round for them. I should have known.
I know that this is something that Angel's now never going to stop hearing until the end of time. But for the love of God, put him on Jet. Just look how he's been in these last 2 maps. It's just been unbelievable. He's 19-6. Like, we've been hyping up Saigetsu. He's second on the board because of the numbers that CNED is currently putting up. An ace to close out the half as well. The Turkish Jet is back. And it's mainly because he's playing Jet. Like, that's all it's been. We've seen his Neon. I'm scared because there's a potential that we'll see his Yoru again. I'm not sure I want, like, it's not bad, but it's not this.
It's not this.
That's the thing.
Nothing else that CNED does is this.
Yeah,
there's
that's
a reason.
very true.
He is the Turkish Jet, the original. And my God, there's a reason we used to fear him so much. With a Blade Storm in hand, he is unstoppable.
There's a reason he's part of the EMEA team that's won champions.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the reason. Just unstoppable, but that's the thing. There was so many layers to this. Like, even if he did go down, which didn't happen very often, 6 times throughout the half, you had Xiao as the backup plan. Saigetsu has said, like, the amount of lockdowns he was having throughout
Just
the
say
half
you didn't hear Angel and just
impossible.
lock in Jet. Man, could you imagine that as well? That'd be so sick.
This is what makes Navi truly terrifying. This is what the Navi fans want to see.
They've been practicing for like 2 weeks on a Neon and he just clicks on Jet. Just clicks lock in. That'd be so good.
About LCQ, this is why many teams with it, okay, it's probably going to be foot back here, because if this Navi shows up, if the Navi that can just obliterate opposition and have some of the most feared players in the world shows up,
what if they add agent bans into competitive? Then yeah, then we're gonna be watch partying. Good players, pretty much playing ranked. It's not gonna be fun to watch. It's not gonna be great.
This is what we want to see. It's just whether or not they can keep it anywhere near consistent. And for Koi, of course, You're a map down. Overtime. Close. You brought it back. You looked like you had it. You didn't. You've gone into their map choice. You're getting slammed. And by the looks of it, they're going to need to win the last 3 maps of this series.
Botmon 323 with the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Thank you with the 4 months. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, dude.
I can turn this. Like that's so much. Even as like, and the other problem is, this is the scariest problem. You talk about Kodamenta, 30 years of age, that's what he brings. He's the experienced man. The man on the other side is the only person in EMEA more experienced than him.
Yeah.
Literally the only one.
For Navi right now, 10 rounds on the board. It seems unlosable. And I imagine they start to feel that way. But closing it out convincingly.
Alright, start off with a pistol.
There could be something to be said for that.
Man.
Defensive side and a chance for Koi to fight back through.
How do you even on this map? On this map with the new changes as well, how do you even
finding their rhythm and Wolfen continuing
attempt this?
The form that we saw from him in some of the rounds.
Yeah. Well, he was sort of the one bright spark, I feel like, of that first half. Like, there wasn't a lot to write home about, but at times Wolfen did pop off, even in that last round that they lost, because he was good, Cena was better. Contact going to be taken by Saigetsu, but he has no interest in fighting this one. He's got 2 teammates on the site.
They've spotted Zipman. They know that he's down below. The flash up and over ain't going to get him much. Not got another to work with either. Now he's just straight up swung on, hoping the double
this is nice.
would be
I like
enough,
the deeper smoke, but then you just focus on this guy.
Well, Wolfen's definitely going to need to improve on that performance, but they got the kill.
Still kind of got the raid boss here, though.
And Navi should have next to no way back through. It's only this guy called CNET. He's grabbed the first. That should be the last one he gets, surely. How much more could one man do? Hot off an ace, swinging into Shados. Oh, his back turn.
Surely not.
He spotted 1, spotted 2. Only one man now unknown. And a lot of damage done. The wall bank's even coming through to try and finish him off. CNET will fall in the end, and okay, it got close. The Shao clutch could have come through.
Step 1.
But Koi get a lifeline of a pistol round.
Yeah, much better from them as well. The coordination into the side looked good. Okay, somehow, I feel like Wolfen's about to change the sensitivity of res.
And they were gonna go for their normal protocol in terms of this, and you can just see them all talking about how they wanna, how they pretty much can't be doing that, and they gotta think of the bonus rounds.
Didn't need this slow-mo. That was toxic.
Damn, they put it in slow-mo as well. That's
really rub it in.
That's brutal. So yeah, they were going to be going for Spectres and stuff, which they normally do, but so them all reset it and make sure they have the best buy into the into the bonus rounds, because obviously the score's not great.
And what a delivery it was on map number 1 for Koi to quiet down this much. Wouldn't be a good sign. With 3 more maps left to play out, they would need to win all 3, and sure, they chose to have Fracture up next, but it does start to look like much more of a middle ground.
Nice
That's a good shot for Wolfen. Much better this round.
Yeah, new res looking good. For anybody out there, this is a joke. Changing your res crosshair, ridiculous.
It ain't gonna help. It ain't gonna help.
You're just bad.
You're the problem, not your setup. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You need a new mechanical arm. That will help you.
It might. It might. See what the... They get down to 0.01 millisecond now delays. He's been killed by the Tiger. All right.
We normally talk about...
Oh my goodness, who's that? Saigetsu. Guy, you gotta start swinging when that gets... When the 4-second jaw's going on, at 3 seconds you gotta start swinging or something.
It's loose. Actually, if anything, he's going to call the Lioness with howls like that. 10-4.
Brutal.
The more important thing from this is that Wolfen's managed to get the majority of
I was literally, like, the duel went on for like 1 second. I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna swing now. They carried on going. I was like, this guy's not swinging. Sneeko, dude, look at it. The replay guy had to cut in between. The time was so long. That was ridiculous. Okay,
still, we've seen how deadly Wolfen can be with the Bladestorm, and now is where we truly
bonus is looking good though.
Have on this defensive side, and by the looks of it, CNED wants contact.
Get it, but not the way he
getting
wants.
punished for that one.
It's Wolfen again.
Yeah, Wolfen's just popping everyone. Got a heal for this as well. This is nice, and this is the big round that honestly will give them a lot of belief. If they win this, the team belief shoots up.
If this jet keeps on rolling, we've seen Koi make these comebacks happen in the past. And You got to be careful not to give them too much leeway. It's only the opening duel for now, but plenty more left for Koi in this round. And the Blade Storm on Wolf, and that probably won't be used up here. Could be helpful, that entry through, though. We'll see.
Flash.
This is nice pressure over towards here. We keep the free pass and stack, and they're gambling a little bit. And the calling from Koi is perfect. Could have been a timing where someone could have done this. So that's why this guy's watching here. And also on the rotate, they're going to have to be careful of this. So you might see these two run and then one person just stay for a little bit. Let's see. Two people running. Is this guy going to stay? Yeah, makes sense. He's going looking. Just wanted to check they've got everything down. It's pretty impressive. It's a hard retake.
Forcing these players out
Not the best
spawn
though.
Very easy. A big brawl needed if you're going to get back in towards the hull, the elbow on the back of B site. Just look at the utility stars all across the map. They're coming out tonight, lighting up the sky as the flashes. And at this point, Navi need to rely on a burst of energy to get back through. The time is getting relatively low considering the ground that they have. And yeah, I mean, as we get to this point, the time is extremely low. They're out of there. A 4 versus 5 save called by Navi. Even with this much of a lead,
all the money for this one. That's nice.
Any more runway.
They got. Don't have to worry about that for the comeback.
With the rotations, like using those flashes after getting that initial fight onto CNED, it's not something that I think will necessarily be that recreatable.
Okay, with this one,
kill. That's going to be the surrendering of the round. I doubt we'll see that too often.
He really wants to op,
getting rid of CNED as
so he's probably not going to buy anything into
this round though is what's he going to play? Like, does he full invest back into this round and basically risk the rest of their economy going forward? Obviously they save, so it's not going to be a great financial state anyway. Or does he invest into something like a Marsh?
He's actually just got a classic on it.
But by the looks of things,
he's a classic first contact.
It's just going to be nothing.
It's classic first contact. What the hell's going on here? It's 4-1 with the pass, the one being the classic.
And he is solo with a classic.
He got caught by the knife at the start. Well, at least they see there was aggression being attempted. Maybe you think he had one or two.
Yeah, he's saving for an ARP.
That's
the main. That's what's going on right now.
I mean,
they're very aggro. Look at this random timing on mid though. So I see them from the turret. They know that they tried to push door. You're not going to be pushing door on your own really, unless you're crazy. So they know that two people are here.
That is enough for them to fall back. Element of surprise no longer in their corner. They played this one well to start with. There's a real reality where Koi have already got it planted on A, and now they're spread out into the default.
And there's a risk that the same thing as last round happens though, with solo hold from Angel, but he's much more leaning in to that connector position.
He split a lot of people here.
That is where
CNED with the classic. Someone can he just bait? Can he Sugetsu level bait, or is he? No, he's pushing forward. He's taking first contact.
Lurking on the edge, but they have wiped them out. A clean take from Koi. That was pretty much all of the guns. Three players
nice take, obviously.
Waiting for their opposition
nice
to
take, but I would like
a little bit of chip damage onto Shados, but that is all.
I would like Navi to not give me this kind of
Looking
Navi.
at Angel in this position, he's got a 1v5. He's going to put on his best Gombi cosplay, but he's being wrapped on as well. Wolfen right up behind him.
2-9 on top of this.
Realizing that he might be going
and
for
this is another round, obviously, where we get 3,000 on top for everyone. So basically 6,000 in the last 2 rounds, and no one taking much damage.
Starzo, just now evading.
If he gets a chance, he could just defuse.
He had a chance.
That's the crazy thing about this. Like, that's the one thing that's made me a little bit nervous. Is it was so ridiculous that he was actually going for this.
There was a star on. I think they probably grab well at after kill. Shados runs, gets there in time. They end up losing 2 rifles.
It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I
definitely
guess
is. They gave him an opportunity.
Yeah, which realistically there was no world he should have even been remotely close. But I guess it's almost just
right. Off comes out to what we were saving for with the classic mania that just happened.
Financially though,
nice, going to go in, but they're not going to be playing close because they go into the op though. This could be fun. They know this is up. Like they just played against him with the classic. They press tab. They see he had enough money. Like they know an op is here.
On this defensive side, it makes this take in towards
Shock Dart, they hear a rifle,
site, so much more terrifying.
and they are
For now,
not
at least,
in
again,
for it.
just selling the fake. That's the goal of Cordamenta here. Play with their
It's nice though,
opposition.
they block vision. Recon
See if
goes
they can
in,
catch them getting
does scan a
aggressive.
good amount,
See if they can pull some of those
and Cena's going
rotations,
to take
which
the
thus
angle
far
again,
they've
so
done
they
very
kind of
well. But bear in
clear
mind, first round,
B with
they
the
got an
recon in this
insta-kill.
angle.
Second one, weaponry disadvantage.
And this is an Angel just jump spotting B and jump spotting doors instead of all holding B. They're ready for the push, I thought.
Jesus. Well,
Not ready for a
got
sneaky
nothing
play
for that
through
one.
double doors. Angel completely caught off guard. The A site though still has plenty of defenders. We see that in Xiao, smoked off as they start to sneak their way in. Sagetsu
Yeah,
gets
he
one
just
as they
didn't-
updraft through.
just didn't properly
Now
check
they
the
know
corner
exactly
chat. Got
where he
nothing
is.
for you other
Dangerous
than that.
angle to peek on, relies on his utility to buy some time. A flash on its way from a teammate. Zipan
God,
inside the smoke.
I really hope
He can right-click and slip through.
they're starting to
Sagetsu's
melt a
trying
little
to bait
bit.
them into a further fight. And
They
is
are
swinging
starting
deeper.
to melt. They
So
really
Zipan
need
can
someone to
double
just
up with
take
them and
control.
this fight. A flash from the attackers.
There we go.
But Koyer not able to capitalize.
Okay,
In
very
fact,
nice.
it's CNED's operator that's
Very,
coming
very
through
nice.
for two.
Alright, I was scared for the melt,
Zipan
so I'm
matching
glad
that
that
donation and putting 11 up for Navi. Only a few more needed. And now
glad
they're
it
on the
didn't
home
go down to
stretch.
that.
But that's the thing, the whole idea there from Sagetsu was almost just to bait them into the corner so that Zipan manages to get multiple kills. The fact is though, they ended up jump spotting Zipan, knowing two players were there and somehow still not being able to clear them from that angle. And that gives enough time for Charles Ned to rotate back in with an operator and get two
Nice
kills.
shot.
That's just disgusting, by the way. Just picked Wolfen out of the sky. But again, we go back to the caliber of these players. Still though, financially, not a bad spot. Wolfen as well has really started to come into this game. 19 and 13 after what was a dominant half in the first from Navi.
Oh, they
He now
walk,
looks
push,
to
and take middle.
that contact.
It's the first time the turret hasn't been here for a while as well. They get full control of this.
They have so much info, but with it being
Is this a
looking
reaction
like more of a
because they were
direct
one
play
away
into
from the
A?
killjoy? Were they one away from the
Might not have
killjoy,
anyone
or did
hit.
he get orb?
Cordamenta
Oh my
and
god,
Angel
what's going
just
on with this
missed each other.
timing?
As
Wait,
all these
Cordamenta
players
is
start to
behind
barrel
so
in
many
from
of them, and
heart,
they feel
think
like
their
they
back
played
is
middle.
fully clear.
If he just
There's no
straight up
chance for it to be
goes,
wide open
he
for
gets 3
Cordamenta to
kills.
just sneak through. That timing could be key. With Wolfen falling though, the numbers on the site need to stand
Okay,
strong.
now
Buy
it's
time
been so
for
long
this
that they're kind
flanker
of watching
to
behind.
get into place.
Oh.
Make sure the
Oh.
eyes are all on them.
What's that?
Alarm bot, vulnerability on for Starzo. Cordamenta only sneaking his way through now. Starzo makes some noise in the spawn. Makolda down, still being spotted for. The patience of Navi being rewarded time and time again. Another trade on the site as they get ever closer to starting this defuse. Starzo though, although they knew where he was,
Big kill.
dealing with him seems to
5
be another
HP.
story.
Player standing.
It's now just down to him on the flash up top, but they're defusing it right under his nose. He's got to run it down, and Xiao's protecting.
No
Xiao step out
way,
in
nicely
the
done from
nick of
Xiao.
time.
I can't believe they
Navi
managed to
got
win
away
this
with it.
round.
I thought they'd done enough. Like, I was looking at that deadly duo alive once again, and Starzo, it seems, again,
Man, some of these rounds are devastating for the VOD review, if they want to do a VOD review. Depends, because obviously if this is their year done, they might not do a VOD review unless we change the
But
team.
somehow, they managed to make it look competitive down to the second. But unfortunately, with that player main going down, that was the issue. Falling just before that last second was available.
Doesn't look fun.
And then
Okay,
Navi, well, the
6
confidence they had in
chances.
each other, that's the main
6
reason they win
chances
that
to
round.
finish this one off.
It's Xiao as well, just so ever vigilant on Art. He was watching it consistently 20, 30 seconds later as his teammates are pushing side as they're brawling. He's locking it down.
That's,
this time, it's Wolfen to deal the damage
I mean,
to
that's
CNED,
payback
a
for
very
early, right?
similar peak to what he delivered in the previous half.
The attack Jets just
12
always
to
winning
6,
this.
1
Oh
chance.
my goodness.
All they
Wait,
need on the side
else
of
we got on that?
Navi. But for now, they've been shut down early.
Yeah, that lockdown.
I wonder if they were meant to.
I
I wonder if they're meant to have a killjoy molly there as well, because the double shocks hit, and sometimes you can have a killjoy molly that's off the map that would get it.
He's been terrifying throughout
Oh
this
my goodness.
half. 30 HP. And actually, they're going to fall back. Look at already the reposition from Cordamenta into mid. Support from Shados as well. This is being watched. Turret online, and already Xiao, you mentioned it in the last round, his read individually on the game has been nigh on perfection.
Angel's in so much
Fact
trouble
is,
here,
though,
but
Koi,
he does
they
manage
get
to
the
get
mid,
out.
Very happy to late round push. The main worry for me, Sagetsu still has that lockdown. So if they are going to switch into this B site, he can pretty much deter them.
I think,
For that reason, they're heading towards
Sagetsu peeked all of this and said that long was clear, and that's why he walked out. Because Sagetsu peeked this, they didn't see any, and then he died, and then there was a ping to kind of get the information to him, so I'm pretty sure Sagetsu said they're not along anymore, and that's why he kind of wasn't ready for this.
As they move towards A, the plant goes down, 10 seconds left, and it won't be denied. You're not going to win this one on the clock. For Navi, they have to win the fights. And the element of surprise,
Damn.
who knows if it'll be enough. He's just about snuck past the turret and knows that Cold Amenda can be taken down for free. That's one more kill, one more angle, and a wall bang on a Shados. Things are getting scary for Koi fans.
Might have done enough, though.
On his third, and a last-ditch effort
Nice
from
shot.
Trex. A headshot delivered. Halfway defused. Sagetsu, 1 kill away, but not
Nicely
today.
handled from Trex.
Trex for the triple. Koi are still alive.
6 down to 5. This one was close, though. Like, it's gonna... You gotta do some more convincing rounds in this one.
So many layers. The fact that Xiao managed to get himself in prime position to win it. The fact that the turret came online 0.2 of a second too late to catch him. The fact that Sagetsu gets one of the most BS wallbangs I've ever seen. And the late rotation from Trex to win out that round in the clutch. It was so late that even Xiao couldn't predict that one. The initiator being that far behind. Even still, though, the climb for Koi is just ridiculous. They need 5 more rounds.
Is the sneak on this? Got one hero gun. Nice when it comes back off the knife.
But the fact is, he's almost just buying time to get that blade storm back to
completely wrecks the blade storm.
The ult's going to make sure he has no impact.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay back in the spawn now for a bit. Let this round breathe out. But with Angel,
Hey, this one's looking nice and
down,
easy. All to help with that.
Seemed to be on the back foot for sure. A hero needed. Last time he was here with a blade storm, it was an ace that he walked out of the round with. So no counting them out just yet, and already he's up to his first. Trex taken out. Utility not really in play. A few bits here and there. A star for Xiao, and well, he's a shining star taking that first CNET. On the follow-up, the numbers now down to even. The defuse tap should bait them out into the open. Seekers played. And
oh my.
Good CNET, not again. Surely.
Oh, that was nice as well, because he blocked the vision for this guy.
Starzo gets the kill, and the defuse wasn't being stuck. Time now surely too low. 45 HP. Starzo has to be careful, but he's bought all the time he needs. The round is his.
Oh, it's close though. CNET gave that a good try. Another one that was close. 6 down to 4 chances.
Oh, I bet Starzo wishes that CNET was on his team again. Don't get me wrong, Orphan's been doing a great job, but it's just those moments every once in a while that you just fear the Turkish jet is just going to take over. Starzo this time weathers the storm. Shuts him down before it got too dangerous, I guess, before they closed out the map. And again, this climb continues now. As said, yesterday, they pulled this off once. They are great when the other team hits 12, it's like a different Koi shows up to the server. They
gave them 2 rounds to close it out.
They are very good at getting it back to that 12-12 scoreline, and for that reason, you're going to see a pause taken from Navi. Now, their pauses have been pretty damn impactful throughout the first map. Always seemingly coming up with something, and honestly, right now, they are literal centimeters away from taking this to 2-0. Like, they think about the prior round with Trex, and this could already be done. We could be off on our break, looking at them trying to pull off a reverse sweep, but when the going gets tough get going, and Koi have definitely proven that they've got the stones to drag out this series that little bit longer. Nonetheless, Barba's also been given some time to talk, and I feel like most of it's just going to be motivation here. Has the strategy from Koi been perfect? No. But that's not what they need right now.
They've already put up a very good fight on a map that most of us counted them out on.
Yeah.
Picking up a streak of rounds, moving to their attack side. The momentum looking to be up high. Maybe it's one of those moments you think,
this is a hard round to win on attack. If you look at everything as well. Heavy
4 rounds.
Heavy B pressure, heavy B fight. Does that go on the corner so it scans all of this? It feels like it. With the information.
On their way to reinforce the
Big rotate over. CNED's actually crazy. What the hell is going on?
Bested by CNED this time around. Another shot in the dark. He's a devil for it. He's somehow still alive before losing out.
Oh my god. What the hell is this round,
maybe he can
bro?
be revived, maybe not.
It's going to be easier said than done. Oh, for Angel, it's not going to connect, but it has delayed.
Oh, they're not going to expect this, man.
Starzo is going for the double flank now. It could win them the round, or it might just cost them. It looks like it's going to get it done, though.
Holy hell, they're still in it.
Timing is better than
It's 3v5 on that.
Somehow finds that small margin every single time, and even with CNED pulling off,
they cleared, cleared all of B. Cleared all of B. They got they're going to big heavy rotate, and CNED pushes close once he sees the smoke,
and it certainly worked out the
and
first
then
time,
no
not so much the
scopes.
second. All that space bought by the chaos for Starzo.
Quick scope into the no scope into the second no scope attempt as well on site. Honestly, dude, I love those players. I love watching those players where you know a lot of the time when you watch someone, you're like, oh, in that situation I would have done this. The players that press W in other situations that you wouldn't press W, they're the best to watch.
They have to hope that they can manage it.
Like the players that go forward in these random situations, I'm just like, damn, their confidence is through the roof. Astra ult into this one as well, and they can just get a good plant with it. So, oh,
nothing found. Zipan will at least get one with a fragment, but
oh my goodness, they're going for
anything else will be unexpected.
Okay, dude, this is
once more farming up those eco kills. 25.
Shados has his ult for the next buy round.
Up with CNED. Well, the man that should be feared. If he's not by now, I think Koi ever got
He's in the dash forward, yeah.
If he had Bladestorm online, I'd pin him as the favorite in this round. The rifle, I give him 40% odds.
I wonder what's being said as well, because his finances are a little bit low, but there'd be a point if I'm Angel where I just go, ah, screw it.
Yeah, if he gets one and dies, already he's so close to his Bladestorm. And with CNED, there's always a chance he gets more, but nothing to be found. In fact, Shados was creeping behind him. 12 to 10 is where we'll close this one, as Koi now 2 away, hot on the heels of Navi.
Yeah,
see what they can do.
Well, that's the thing. We've spoken a lot about this battle of the old ascent. You have to bear in mind.
Okay, 6 chances they had, down to 2.
He's teamed up with one of the players.
Hop comes out, someone drops it for him. Shao drops him this.
Shados on the other side. I'm sure you've just seen him getting
vocal. We're kind of close to this ult as well. One away from one away from Shao's ult as well.
I don't want to lose to him again.
Just knife, and then he has a flash for this just in case.
12 to 10. 2 rounds now the difference.
Knife goes deep, recon goes in behind the smoke.
Diminished.
Instant.
There's still a lot to play with here for the defensive side.
Dude, they're really aggro. It's the first 25 seconds. They're in art heavy. Drone goes out. That's not going to see these two hiding behind her.
This ultimate to get them the round.
Angel was heard taking that orb. They're ready for the fight, and they almost
commit swings. I thought he was going to jump peek.
Very low in HP. That's initiated the push. They want to be quick about this.
You should run.
A lockdown in play. Perfect position up behind the boxes. Angel can't really fight. Such low HP. It's never stopped him before. But it will this time as they give up the A site.
Trek's got a good flash for the back side. Oh, that recon was outrageous. Scanned so many.
Through water. Trying to catch a late flank on these players. Let's see the side hold. Shao's good somehow for 2. Eventually taken down, and they know where Zipan is. Again, taking him down is a different story. And again, they're able to come out on top.
Okay, nicely done from Navi. Koi made it doable.
That's a 2-0 lead in this series with
there's too many people there
to close it out. Koi have to be devastated after that one. What a fight they put up on their opponent's map.